And welcome everyone. I'm Sebastian Amaya. I'm just been left alone from Pancho McLaughlin. He's on a practice, and Tim Ward is about to connect in some point. We've got two French teams, Normandy versus Paris. Normandy is the team belongs to Edouard Carmignac, and Paris is the team from François Ocala, Spec. We go with straight away with the lineups. France Normandy with Edouard Carmignac on number 1, 0 goal. Jules Legauvin on the 2 position, handicap 3. Juan Guerrero, number 3 position and handicap 4. And Santiago Harriot on the back with handicap 5. For the side of France Paris is François Ocala Spec on the front, number 1 position, handicap 0. Martin Ferrari on position 2 and handicap 2 as well. On the center, managing the team is Santiago Marambio, handicap 5, who is replacing injured Tete Fanelli, who was the co-commentator this morning in the first match. And in the back, Gaston Begueri, handicap 5. Total 12, both teams 12 goals. And so it means that is no advantage to any of the teams to start with. And we are off. And with a big bump over there, Silvestre Fanelli is replaced, as I mentioned at the beginning, by Marambio, Santi Marambio. Gaston Begueri on the attack, tapping once, tapping twice, shooting and reflecting on the horse of Juan Guerrero. And Jules Legauvin. Jules Legauvin with a yellow helmet, local player. We can see the traditional grey shirts of Talandracas, big traditional team that was playing for the past, let's say, 20 years in England. They won the Queen's Cup last year, and this year they decided to come and play the whole season here in France, supporting all the polo here. We've got a whistle. Let's see what the umpires decide on this one. Let's see the replay. It was Jules, and they have decided to go on a penalty 4, it looks like. We've got the umpires. Hugo Iturraspe, pass, and the third man, Gaston Lucero. Big hit, and they've got someone in the way. It was who was in the way? Gaston Begueri, probably. He stopped the ball. Now he's checking the horse if it's all okay. Let's see. Yeah, everything is perfect. It says Gaston back on the horse. Yeah, it will be a knocking from the back. Let's see who is taking the responsibility for France Paris. Thank you, Tim. Sending messages encourage me to keep going on the microphone. It's not my job, but well, I'm replacing the best two guys here in the off the field, which are Pancho and Tim, trying to do my best. And here we see how Jules Legoban is playing on position number 1, as I can see, while Juan Guerrero's on position 2. And we have another whistle over there. And we go with the replay. We're stopping, turning around, and there is Jules was stepping on top of the ball. Let's see what the umpires decide on this one. Looks like penalty 3 could be. Yeah, penalty 3 looks like. 40 yards. So if Jules is on position 1 and so it means that who is hitting the penalties is Juan Guerrero. Well, and back in action after the first goal, opening goal of the match is Martin Ferrari and Jules Legoban closing the door over there. That's Santi Harrio leaving the ball for Juan Guerrero. Juan Guerrero appealing for the foul, and at least he's got the whistle, and it all looks like it was a penalty. And here we have Santiago Harriot getting in line for this penalty for 60 yards. Santi Harriot from Coronel Suarez hitting, going straight, and it's a goal. 2-0 for France Normandy, extending the lead. We see the replay now here from the back. Big hit from the guy from Coronel Suarez. Another throw-in won by France Paris. Beguerie tapping the ball, leaving behind Jules Legoban, tapping once and blocked by Santiago Harriot. Jules Legoban, Harriot again. Going inside, turning, and Santi Marambio recovering that ball for France Paris. Gaston Beguerie leaving it for Martin Ferrari, but there was a whistle over there in that next shot. Let's see on the replay if we can see if the mallet went through both horses. It could be that. Most probably will be that. And here we have the half chucker. We can see Marambio changing horses. Big heat wave hitting us in this moment, 33 degrees. Play, umpires give the play, and Talandrakas with the ball. Who is coming there is Juan Guerrero was trying to get. And Beguerie scoring and closing the gap. Let's see the replay of this goal. Tapping once. That was Martin Ferrari at the end. (2-1) for France Normandy. Big clash between the French teams over here. Whistle, we've got a whistle over there. Let's see on the replay. Possession was for Talandrakas. Tap, and yeah, there was probably no distance coming out of that throw-in, at least as it for the umpires. Jules Legoban on the screen, classic yellow helmet. You have to be really good to wear a yellow helmet, like Milo Fernandez Araujo. And so it is Jules Legoban in this level. Well, big opportunity for Talandrakas to extend the lead here in the hand of Santiago Harriot from Colin Suarez. We've seen him scoring from the same position, so let's see if he can make it. Another one. Boom. In. Exactly the same as the other one. Good hitter. And 3-1 for Normandy. Sorry that I still call him Talandrakas, but is when you get used to see the gray shirt, you know that it's Talandrakas, but it's Normandy. And why? Is because they are based there in Normandy, very close to Deauville Polo Club. France Normandy against France Paris. 3-1 for Normandy. And France Paris winning that first throw-in. Jules Legoban back into the possession of the ball. But Beguerie fighting strong over there. Harriot. Ball back with Marambio. Marambio tapping it. Bad luck with the bounce and a whistle over there. Let's go to the replay from the end zone. He was tapping and bounced on the horse, but his teammate was coming straight with that line. That's Juan Guerrero, number 3 on the gray Normandy team shirt. Penalty 3, 40 yards for Marambio. Big hit. They blocked it, but it was not enough, so it was a goal in order to reduce the gap by 1 now. 3-2 for France Normandy. We are in the final seconds of the first checker. Again, just to let you know that Pancho and Team Ward, I'm in their behalf, so they will be shortly. They will be back on the microphone. Very sorry for all the ones that are listening on this match, and we've got there the first bell. 30 seconds remaining. Tight match like the other 2 matches from today. Another whistle, and that will mean that the checker gets to an end. Yeah. It will be 3-2 final score for this first checker. France Normandy on the lead over France Paris. We'll get back after these adverts and videos. And here we are back, second checker of this extraordinary match between France Normandy and France Paris. Thank you for all the supporting messages that they are sending for our commentary today on this match. I'm trying to do my best, which is most probably not enough, but anyway, I mean, someone has to be in the microphone. And in the past, let's say 4 or 5 years, it took me once, and this is the second time. Not enjoying the most doing this, but anyway, I mean, I'm trying to do my best to bring you what is going on here on this match, on the third match of the Nations Cup. We are waiting for Pancho to get back from his training session, getting ready for tomorrow, his first match on the Nations Cup, and we'll back on track with the professional commentary. And we've got that penalty on the ending of the first checker. We've got Gaston Beguerí rolling that ball into the action. Santi Guerrero, and now the other Santi Marambio. Santi Harriot in possession of the ball. That will be a nice clash between the two Santis, Santi Harriot and Santi Marambio. And time for Martin Ferrari, Jules Legoban closing the door over there. And the whistle, we'll see. Jules Legoban with a tail back shot, not strong enough, but there was one on the France Paris trying to get that line, but let's see. I think that was probably the mistake on the foul and the call. Midfield for France Normandy. And back on the action with long shot by Juan Guerrero, trying to reach Santi Harriot, but whistle sound before Santi Marambio was the one coming straight to it. Let's see from the back. Santi Harriot, got into the line that was bringing Santi Marambio. So penalty on the fence. Relief for the team in white. And Beguerí with the tapping once, but not enough. Jules Legoban trying to recover that ball. Still on the position for Juan. Gaston Beguerí won that action, and Jules probably not reaching the other player in equal position. So let's see if that was the call. We'll see. Yeah, Jules trying to take the man, but was a bit forward ahead of the player on white, and that's why they call midfield penalty, taken care by Gaston Beguerí for sure, or Santi Marambio. Yeah, Beguerí in charge. Like the knock-ins. Santi Marambio on his left, now going to the right, tapping once for Beguerí. Big shot, trying to reach Santi Marambio. Nice. Santi Marambio scoring and tied in the match. 3-3. Let's see that it is great goal. Great combination between Beguerí and Marambio to tie this match. Another throwing won by France Paris. Big neck shot by Beguerí. Santi Harriot controlling, turning around, leaving the ball to Juan Guerrero. Juan giving the ball back to Santi Harriot. Santi Harriot on the run. Beguerí against Guerrero. Ferrari on the move, and Santi Harriot winning that play. Tapping once, leaving the ball to Jules Legoban. Jules Legoban. There was a bump there. Yes, they call it. I think when he tapped it to the near side, he was a bit cross. Let's see on the replay if we can catch that image. Yeah, maybe they call that. It looks like. Nice picture of the two goalposts. And it will be, as we can see from there, nice angle, penalty, 40 yards. It will most probably be Gaston Beguerí in charge of it, or Santi Marambio. No, Gaston Beguerí was teeing up for Santi, who was getting a fresh horse over here, and they have the chance to get the lead for the first time in the match. Santi Marambio, 40 yards, Santi Marambio. And to the left, wide to the left. Well, as we can see from this angle, to the right. Juan Guerrero on the knocking for France Normandie. Little pass for Santi Harriot, but Beguerí is there trying to block him. Jules Legoban closing the getting into the action. And let's see if is Juan Guerreros who sneaked there in the line of who was coming over there. Beguerí. Yeah, from the spot for the team in white, France Paris. And they will take this chance to do a half checker change for the horses. We've got the confirmation from Pancho that is coming on his way. So it's a good news, at least for me. And I hope it's good for everyone. You know, he will be helping me a little bit here for the last 3 checkers or 2 checkers and a half. Santi Harriot getting back to the field. Remember that these changes are for the extreme hot weather that we are suffering in all Central Europe this time of the week. And it's only, this change is only switch horses. Santi Marambio in charge of this penalty from the spot, tapping once and hitting. Looking for, well, in this case is Juan Guerrero. Still fighting over there. Beguerí, Juan Guerrero. Beguerí, Juan Guerrero. Juan Guerrero, Beguerí. Santi Harriot, but there is a whistle over there. Let's see on the replay. He tapped it once, then back into the ball, and Santi was coming behind. So it's not, well, it's clear that it's going to be a penalty from the spot once more for France Paris. And Santi Marambio in charge of it. One of the few players that still playing without glove, Santi Marambio. Big hit. Again looking for Beguerí, but Juan Guerrero with its tail back shot. Beguerí recovering that ball. Still Beguerí, but you know, it was Guerrero who stole that ball, and Beguerí again stolen from him again. That's all for the moment. Beguerí versus Guerrero. Guerrero versus Beguerí, and now Santi Marambio. Santi Marambio tapping it. Beguerí again, but it's wide. Wide to the right. 2 minutes remaining of this second checker, all tied in 3. And we can see there, block it is the new protection for the horses, for the brain horses. Juan Guerrero, big shot looking for Santi Harriot. Santi Harriot tapping it once. Swing and a miss. And Jules Le Gobain trying to get that ball. Yes. Jules Le Gobain hooked by Beguerí. Beguerí everywhere, very active in this checker. And in between two players from France Normandy, we've got a whistle, and we see what we'll have over there. Yeah, in the moment he was tapping, he's got hook from Jules, but there was another player from France Normandy in front. So umpire is trying to decide this call.
Un poquito la pantallita. La pedida, ¿no? Sí. De Jules.
And here we have finally my savior,
No, sorry guys, I was playing checkers, getting ready for tomorrow. And well, we could not fix the time, and here we are back. Well, an exciting game. Here we have the team of Paris. Paris wearing the white shirt. On the other side, we have the team of Normandy, a big organization, Talandrakas. Remember, this organization won the Queen's Cup last year, and now it's a luxury to have them here playing in France. Well, a penalty in favor of Paris, 3 for the white team, 3 for the grey team, and Santiago Marambio, it's about to take this very important penalty for them. Santiago Marambio with the 40-yard penalty. The goal is good, ladies and gentlemen, and Santi Marambio puts the goal number 4 for his team. Remember, I'm sure you guys all know, but Santiago Marambio is replacing the captain and creator of this team, Tete Fanelli, that we had the pleasure to have him in the transmission in the first game. He, well, unfortunately broke his collarbone, and he's going to be out for a month. So, well, we wish him all the best, and he found a great replacement on Santiago Marambio.
First time they took the lead here, France-Paris, and they started really strong, France-Normandy, with a 3-1 lead, but back in action with the France-Paris.
And now is Guerrero in possession of the ball. Guerrero bringing the ball in play. He has Santi Harrio to back him up, and he leaves the ball for the 5-goaler. And there goes the young man from Suarez. What a surname here, playing in France, Harriot. He leaves the ball for Guerrero, and Santi Marambio applies a lot of pressure, but Guerrero still managed to get that ball, but the pressure is very good from Chirubegeri. Again, Guerrero to tap the ball. Guerrero, ladies and gentlemen, the goal from the mallet of Juan Guerrero to put the result 4 for Talandrakas, 4 for Normandy, 4 for Paris.
Just in the moment that the bells sound and finish this second checker.
That will conclude the second checker, and we're going to go to a commercial break, and we will be back in just a moment.
Watching horses interact with each other is deeply moving. Their communication is filled with sensitivity. This inspired Standing Rock, with support from the HPA, to present a trophy to the season's most outstanding team, honouring the core values behind fair play and sportsmanship. It reflects a world where fair play isn't just a rule, but a promise we make to each other about respecting, supporting, and achieving together.
We are back in Chantilly in the field PGH1. The result is 4 goals apiece in this exciting Polo Nations Cup, the 3rd edition. In this case, we have Jules Legouban chatting with one of the umpires, Juan Guerrero, Santi Harriot, and Edouard Cormignac. As we mentioned, this team won the Queen's Cup last year. And on the other side, we have the very strong team of Paris that they managed to lift the trophy of the first tournament. So we expect a very tight game as we are seeing so far. Well, we finished with a goal of Guerrero, so we're going to restart this chukar with a throw-in from the center of the field. And the ball is in play. Let's see who wins the throw-in. Santiago Marambio with the write-off, and we have another whistle. Let's see what the umpires will decide. We see on the replay here, let's see who wins the throw-in. And yeah, looks like Plim Ferrari got hit by the mallet in there. So we see on the replay. So a bit unlucky. Umpires blow the whistle. Let's see if they're going to restart with a throw-in again. Fair play, or they're going to penalize one of the players for what happened. Well, looks like it was a small accident, but all the players are good, so we're going to restart this game with a throw-in from the center. As we say, the team of Paris wearing the white shirts, and the team of Normandy wearing the grey and pink traditional shirt of Talandrakas. Well, in this case, they chat within the umpires, and they decided that one of the players of Talandrakas used wrongly his mallet in the throw-in, so the penalty will be from the spot in favor of Team Paris, wearing the white shirts. Gaston Begueri, the man from Venado Tuerto, to bring the ball from the back. Chiru Begueri leaves the ball for Santiago Marambio. And we're going to have, I think, a blocking. In this case, the white player puts the ball into the Talandrakas player. Let's see here on the replay. And then he blocks the player of Talandrakas just a second. It's enough to blow this foul in this new rule. Well, good news for Talandrakas. They managed to recover possession, and let's see what they try to do from there. Juan Guerrero to bring the ball from the back, hits a long drive trying to find Jules Legoban in this famous yellow helmet. Jules playing for the ball, and Begueri gets there first with all the pressure of Santi Harriot, but the back shot is good, and Juan Guerrero gets there first. Juan Guerrero with the tap. The back is good from Jules Legoban, finding Guerrero. And let's see who gets there first. The right off is strong, is good from Plim Ferrari. And now it's Santi Harriot, the young man from Coronel Suarez, tapping this ball. Harriot with the nice back shot, finding Guerrero. Look at how his horse turned, but who gets there first is Santiago Marambio. He will take some risk. Santi Marambio taking a little bit of risk. A bit unfortunate for him. And the good pressure from Guerrero gives the partial lead for Team Normandy, 5-4. As we see on the replay here, Santiago Marambio taking a little bit of risk there in his own goal. And well, capturing that opportunity, the man from Talandrakas with the near side shot, scoring the goal number 5 for them.
Back and forward, the lead from one team to the other. That means good match level.
It's really even. And there goes the ball in possession of Santiago Marambio. Santi checks. He will decide to run with the ball. Santi Marambio bringing the ball from the back. His team really needs him. Santiago Marambio. Plim Ferrari is winning the position. He's expecting a pass, but Marambio will try to play the ball for himself. Santi Marambio bring the ball from the back. Santiago Marambio, a great approach for him. Santi Marambio, he has Plim Ferrari blocking for him. Santi Marambio with the tap, ladies and gentlemen. Que golazo de Santi Marambio. What a goal. The approach was superb. And the score is 5 for Paris, 5 for Normandy. Santi Marambio recuperating a little bit from the last goal that he received, and now showing all his category and skills in the field. PGS 1 here in Chantilly.
Most of the goals scored by Santi Marambio is good replacement for Tete.
Yeah, no, of course. And it's not easy for him. He doesn't know the horses. He had the chance only to play them at practice. And I talked to him, and he's going to be playing back and forth between here and Villa Cesta. Tonight, he's actually taking a plane to play tomorrow, then he's going to be back. But well, it's a good problem to have two places to play polo. And the hook is good from the players of Talandrakas. The back from Jules Leguban did not carry the length he would have wanted, but clean Ferrari no. This is Beguerí. Chiru Beguerí in possession of the ball. Beguerí with the ball. And let's see who gets there. Is Plin Ferrari fighting for the ball. And now all the strength from Guerrero. This young, strong man. Possession of the ball. Guerrero with the back shot. The back is good. No whistle from the umpires, and Beguerí brings the ball in play. Gaston Beguerí showing all his experience. He leaves the ball now for Santi Marambio. Who is there? Again, Santi Marambio in possession of the ball. Santiago Marambio bringing the ball from the back. He leaves the ball for Plin Ferrari. Santi Marambio all on the near side. Santi Marambio. The back shot now from the players of Talandrakas. But Gaston Beguerí will get there first. Chiru Beguerí turning that ball really well. The player of Talandraka is on his way. And now Beguerí shooting from distance. Beguerí. The ball goes wide on the left-hand side. We're going to have a whistle. A knocking, in favor of the team of Talandraka. And yes, now goes the whistle. Here goes the whistle for the free change. Yeah, Gaston Beguerí there was appealing a bit because the player of Talandrakas was probably on his right of way. The umpires did not see it that way, and we have the free change.
Very active Gaston Beguerí since the beginning of the match, everywhere, helping a lot Santi and the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's a player with a lot of experience, very strong in 5 goals, and with his brother and a few friends, they have for a few years the club La Fija that has been participating in many tournaments around the world. And also in the club in Argentina, they organize a lot of tournaments, and it's a club with a really good vibe.
With Artur Madrid, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they are the defending champions of the French Open. They won it last year.
Exactly.
With Rufo Benzadón, Fran Elizalde, and Nico Tomasevich, and Artur, of course. Well, the knocking in favor of Talandrakas. They will bring the ball from the back. Let's see what they will decide to do. They have Flaco Gastambide coaching them. A lot of experience that I'm sure it helps a lot. Santiago Marambio turning this grey from the breed of Pelon. We have Eduard Cormignac, and we have Santiago Marambio finding Chiru Beguerí, and Chiru Beguerí somehow managed to escape from the pressure of the man of Talandrakas. Beguerí on the near side. No whistle from the umpires. Beguerí still in possession of the ball. Beguerí fighting for the ball. What a match we're watching, It's played like a final. It shows the level of this tournament. Santiago Marambio, ladies and gentlemen, what a goal from Santi Marambio to keep the partial lead for them, 6-5.
MVP so far, probably for this match. We don't know which one of the two, or Santi Marambio scoring or Beguerí helping everywhere in the field.
Yeah, but they're connected very well, and Plin Ferrari is also doing a great job stretching the team. So great combination between the players in white at the moment. Umpires getting in there. They're waiting for Eduard to get in there. And there goes the ball. Who wins the throw-in? It's again Santiago Marambio. Santi Marambio, what a pass, finding Gaston Beguerí and Chiru Beguerí. It's all alone on a breakaway. Let's see if he has enough tick and bowling for him. Chiru Beguerí, the tap is good. It's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal. Que golazo, Chiru Beguerí.
We were congratulating both of these two players, and in the same moment they were clutching another combination between them and another goal, stretching the lead 7-5 for.
Great combination between these two very strong players in 5 goals. Well, Santi Marambio used to be 6 goals many seasons, and he's showing his level here in France. And now Santi Marambio with a nice shot, putting again Beguerí, but Jules Leguban is there to close the door for Talandrakas, and the back shot is good, it's open, but who will get there is Marambio. Marambio with another massive shot, another back from Plin Ferrari and Beguerí fighting for the ball. Beguerí with Guerrero. And Jules Legouban was going for the ball.
We send our best regards to Juanca Echeverri. He was watching and suffering with my commentary for the first two checkers, like everyone else. But anyway, I mean...
Yeah, the grandfather of Guerrero, no, Juan?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so good to have him supporting. He's been commentating a few. We have him on the Jockey Club a few times, so someone that knows a lot about polo, so we send him a big hello.
And he knows how to do it better than me on the microphone.
Oh yeah, he's very good. We've seen him. I've listened to him a few times. Well, the foul is going to be in favor of the team in white, so this is great news for them. We're seeing a good combination between the 4 and the 3 in the white shirts. Santi Marambio with Gaston Beguerí, and the penalty will be from the 60-yard line. Santiago Marambio riding all the horses of Tete Fanelli. We've seen him really well mounted through the 12-go leagues. This mare is out of the breed of Pelon Sterling, Oriental. I can't remember the name, but it's a grade that came this year and was performing really well for Tete, and we see her performing really well today with Santi Marambio.
Well, we have a penalty for France Paris in the hands of Santi Marambio. He scored, I believe, twice or 3 times from the penalty, so he's doing really good on the penalties.
Got the chance to play against him many times, and he's a guy that plays very strong, and he hits the penalties in a great way. There goes the ball, a bit wide. He's going to blame me on this one.
And me too.
But I said
anyway.
it before, after he hit, actually. Well, a great shot from Santi Marambio, a little bit to the left. Good news for Team Normandy, representing Real Talandracas, representing the region of Normandy. And Juan Guerrero to bring the ball in play, finding Santi Harriot, the young man from Coronel Suarez, doing his first steps here in Europe. Santi Harriot. Juegues is one of them pairs that means play, and there goes the long shot, trying to find the Frenchman, Jules Legouban. Jules wins the ride-off really well, and Jules Legouban is bringing the ball. Jules Legouban, and now is Guerrero in possession of the ball. Guerrero and Santi Harriot now, and there goes the whistle. And another whistle, probably a technical foul. Let's see what the umpires will decide. Remember, Jules Legouban is also a defending champion, in this case now playing for Talandracas, but he won it last year with the Zabaleta brothers and Isabel for the team Occitan France. In this case, because they raised Simon Zabaleta up to 6 goals, he did not fit on the team, and now they're well supported by Eloan Badarejo, another young Frenchman that is playing at a really good level. Well, free change. No, sorry, that will conclude, ladies and gentlemen, this. Now looks like it's a free change. We cannot see here.
No, end of the checker. End of the third checker.
Sorry, yes. Now we're going to go quickly to a commercial break, and we will be back in a few moments. Thank you very much.
Argentines, I think, they play a key role in the British season. They are managers of clubs, they train teams, they are part of teams.
Vous savez pourquoi j'aime vivre ici? Parce que j'aime ses habitants. J'aime les soutenir avec mon livret. Et j'aime donner 1 euro chaque mois à un projet et voir ma banque en donner autant. J'aime voir s'élever les nouvelles entreprises près de chez moi. J'aime voir arriver à maturité les initiatives locales qui nous régalent. J'aime voir que l'on prend soin des êtres qui nous sont chers. Des solutions concrètes et solidaires existent pour soutenir ceux qui se mobilisent près de chez moi. J'aime mon territoire.
Maybe I should've let you go. I should've let you just walk on
Music
by.
licensing
Never
reimagined.
said hi. No, then we would never know just how hard it feels to open up hearts, to have to let it go. But we can't turn back now, 'cause we've come too far to not leave.
Argentines, I think, they play a key role in the British season. They are managers of clubs, they train teams, they are part of teams.
Vous savez pourquoi j'aime vivre ici? Parce que j'aime ses habitants. J'aime les soutenir avec mon livret. Et j'aime donner 1 euro chaque mois à un projet et voir ma banque en donner autant. J'aime voir s'élever les nouvelles entreprises près de chez moi. J'aime voir arriver à maturité les initiatives locales qui nous régalent. J'aime voir que l'on prend soin des êtres qui nous sont chers. Des solutions concrètes et solidaires existent pour soutenir ceux qui se mobilisent près de chez moi. J'aime mon territoire.
Maybe I should've let you go. I should've let you just walk on
Music
by.
licensing
Never
reimagined.
said hi. no, no, then we would never know just how hard it feels to open up hearts, to have to let it go. But we can't turn back now, 'cause we've come too far to not leave.
Vous savez pourquoi j'aime vivre ici? Parce que j'aime ses habitants. J'aime les soutenir avec mon livret. Et j'aime donner 1 euro chaque mois à un projet et voir ma banque en donner autant. J'aime voir s'élever les nouvelles entreprises près de chez moi. J'aime voir arriver à maturité les initiatives locales qui nous régalent. J'aime voir que l'on prend soin des êtres qui nous sont chers. Des solutions concrètes et solidaires existent pour soutenir ceux qui se mobilisent près de chez moi. J'aime mon territoire.
We are back in Chantilly with the 4th chukker in the 3rd match of the day in this 3rd edition of the Polo Nations Cup. Let's see what the umpires will decide. We had 2 whistles to conclude this chukker, so umpires chatting with the captains, and I'm sure they're going to inform what's the call. Well, 7-5 so far is the lead of Team Paris. Let's remember that Santiago Marambio is replacing Silvestre Tete Fanelli. We wish him all the best. He had a fall, but well, he's in good conditions. He just broke his collarbone. He will need to be at least a month outside the polo fields, and I'm sure we will have him soon back on the field. Well, they're going to have a throw-in. In this case, it's going to be a rolling from the center to the boards, and Hugo Iturraspe puts the ball in play, but Santiago Marambio gets there first and wins the throw-in really well. The pressure is strong from Juan Guerrero, and Santi Harriot managed to win that ball really well. Santiago Harriot. Santi Harriot with a strong shot. Santi Harriot, the ball is in a good direction. It's looking good. But what a save from Plin Ferrari, the young man. Chiru Begueri there in possession of the ball. And Santi Harriot stealing that ball on the near side. Umpires did not agree with him entering there on the near side. He entered on the near side by crossing a bit the right of way of the white player coming from behind. So the penalty will be from the spot in favor of Team Paris. What a save there by Plin Ferrari. The ball was going to goal from Santi Harriot. And Chiru Begueri brings the ball in play. Santi Marambio showing all his experience. And they blow the whistle. Just a matter of distance. Juan Guerrero thought he had a play. Let's see here. Santi Marambio with the ball. And yeah, a matter of distance. We will give the right to the umpires that they were there well located. It's hard for us to judge it from the side. But as we see on the replay, the penalty will be in favor of the team in white, and they have a great chance at the beginning of the 4th chukker to extend the lead.
Another penalty shot on that side left for us, for France.
We're not
Paris.
going to say anything about this penalty of Santi Marambio.
No. It's another one. He's teeing up, getting ready.
Santiago Marambio, number 3 shirt on his back. Santi Marambio with a beautiful shot, but it's wide on the right-hand side. The umpires were well located, a bit unlucky for the Team Paris. This match is going to be defined by details on hopefully they don't regret these ones. And now the knocking is in favor of Team Normandy. The pass is good for Santi Harriot and the shot is long, trying to find one of his teammates, but the back shot is even better from the player from Paris, but Jules Legoban will get there first and clears the danger on the left hand side of the field. Jules checks, receives all the pressure of Beguerie. Jules Legoban in possession. Marambio fighting for the ball with Beguerie, and we have a whistle. Probably they're going to blow the player of Normandy riding into the swing. Let's see Marambio there. And Beguerie going to back that ball. But let's see what the umpires will decide. Well, in this case, they blew the white player. They agreed that the player from Normandy was well established in that line and the white player could not enter. Was either of the options, and Juan Guerrero brings the ball in play, finding Santi Harriot. Santi Harriot with a long drive, trying to find one of his teammates. Juan Guerrero now in possession of the ball, could not connect that bouncing ball, and now it's Marambio turning that ball really well. Santi Marambio with a massive shot, trying to put Plin Ferrari on a breakaway, and there goes the pass. Let's see if the young man can conclude this one. It's a very tough catch shot. Plin Ferrari. The ball is still in play, no wide.
Just wide. Nice cut-off angle on that one.
Yeah, very close, but well, good combination between Santi Marambio, and in this case, they put Plin Ferrari to stretch the team. It was a very tough cut shot. It went really close to the goal. Juan Guerrero finding the young man from Suarez, but Jules Legoban will apply a lot of pressure in Gaston Beguerie. Jules Legoban wins the ride-off, and it's coming now, pushing his team from the back. Jules Legoban, the approach is good from the Frenchman. Jules with the tap. Jules, let's see if he can finish this one. Jules Legoban from the final tap. Jules. Es un golazo, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal by Jules Legoban, winning the ride-off and then bringing the ball almost from his 60 yards. What a goal from Talandrakas. His team really needs him.
What a goal by Jules Legoban. This is what they needed, 6, 7, closing the gap. This is what they needed after the halftime.
A very close game, eh? We're seeing a very good level. It's a really tough match. It's good to enjoy, to watch it, but not many people would wish to be there inside. It's played like a final, like every game in this third edition of the Polo Nations Cup. And let's see who wins the throw-in. Well done, Plin Ferrari, the young brother of the Ferrari brothers, to bring the ball in play. Also a very talented player to watch out. What a pick up in the air by the young Ferrari. Also another man from Venado Tuerto. It's a good ride-off. And ladies and gentlemen, well, no whistle.
Yeah,
now whistle. Yeah, someone fouled. I mean, or a foul of the Normandy player or a foul of the white player, but someone fouled, guys. Let's see what the umpires will decide. Yeah, we'll see here on the replay.
Yeah, we cannot see very much, but I don't know if it was Jules coming straight and actually.
Yeah, basically one or Jules Legoban, the player from Normandy, had the line and the white is crossing in front of him, or the white one was well located and the player of Normandy is the one creating the danger, riding the player in the back.
Tough to decide from this angle, but anyway, the umpires, they were much closer than us. And they
as we always mention, they have the chance also, if they want, to come to our box here and watch multiple replays. Anyway, it's a free change. The umpires have a little bit of time to discuss this one. It's a quite important call because it's half of this fourth chucker and a half left on the game, and it's one goal ball game.
The tournament will continue tomorrow with 2 matches, one at 3 with Great Britain going in against Switzerland, and then Belgium Animales.
Yes. Against the defending champions, Occitan.
France, Occitan.
So it's going to be 2 very good games tomorrow. Here we just played checkers and we're getting ready for this second edition for us, the third one of the tournament. And yeah, it's a very, very tough tournament. We had the chance to reach to a semis last year. Let's see if this year we can be lucky. But it's a very long tournament and extremely tough. Well, umpires chatting to the players, and hopefully we'll see. We'll decide. We'll tell you in just a moment what's the call.
Tough tournament. This is one of the things that some of the players they were telling me yesterday at the tournament welcome dinner. And if you lose one of the first match, it's getting really tough, complicated. You need to battle back.
Yeah, we have 3. It's 10 teams on the tournament, divided in 3 zones. One is a group of 4 that we are part of that group. So it's basically 3 matches of qualification, and then we will see. And on the other 6 teams left, it's 2 zones, and they play against each other. So Zone A plays against Zone B, and then we play each other in our 4 league games. At the end of the 3 qualification games, they're going to do a ranking between the 10 teams. So the 4 teams with the most amount of points will go through to the semi-finals. If they're tied in points, we're going to have penalty shootouts. So we'll see what the results will be. Well, in this case, it looks like it's good news for the team in white. They gave them the penalty. And it's going to be a 30-yard penalty in favor of the white team. A very important call.
And Marambio in charge of it.
And Marambio has no Marambio.
Yeah,
Goal.
It's in.
The goal is good. Sorry, Santi Marambio. It looked a bit tough here from the screen, but the goal is good, and we have no doubt of his talent. Well done, Santi Marambio, having an outstanding game.
Back to 2 goals in the lead over France Normandy.
And this is a mare. He's riding, of course, from Tete. Used to belong to his father. I can't remember the name, but it's a mare that performs really well for Tete, and hopefully can do really well for Santi. Let's see what they do. The ball is in play, and Santi Marambio wins the ride-off and hits a massive back shot, putting the young man on a breakaway. Plin Ferrari. Let's see if he can do the approach. The approach is good, and Plin Ferrari. Let's see if he can put another goal on the board. Plin Ferrari tapping the ball. Plin Ferrari. The ball bounce, and Jules Legouban gets there first. And let's see who is there. And now Santi Marambio applying a lot of pressure. Well done, Santi Marambio. And now is Chiru Beguerí, and we have a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a penalty one. Well done, Santi Marambio applying a lot of pressure. Let's see on the replay here. And Juan Guerrero there, tapping that ball, a bit unnecessary. And instead of restarting now with a throw-in, we're going to have a penalty from the center. Good news from Team Paris.
They're a bit confused there on the background. We can see the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Always a penalty one if you're not very paying attention.
9-6 is the result in favor of Paris. The goal is good. Very important goal for the team in white. Let's see what they try to do from here. Chiru Beguerí brings the ball in play, and Santi Marambio goes for a long drive, and there goes the shot. It bounces. The ball got deflected, but Jules Legouban gets there first and hits a nice back shot, but the anticipation is even better from Plin Ferrari. Plin to back that ball really well, but Ferrari gets there first and managed to win that ride-off. Jules Legouban. Jules leaves the ball for Santi Harriot now. Now is Juan Guerrero, the young man. Juan Guerrero with a long shot, finding Santi Harriot. Plin Ferrari, the ride-off is good from Jules Legouban and Santi Harriot. Santi Harriot with the final tap. And the ball is wide. Great defense from the white team. And let's see here on the replay if we can see something here. Yeah, Santi Harriot bringing the ball. He could not connect the last tap.
And there is a whistle and there.
Yeah, no.
begging for a safety.
No corner from here, at least that's what we saw on the replay. The last one tapping the ball was the player of Talandrakas.
Another whistle.
Another whistle, yeah. Here we see, yeah, no player from White tapped that ball, at least what we see from here. This is the umpire asking the players. We also have the flagman there as an auxiliary of the umpires. It looks like they're going to give a safety or it's going to be a knocking.
They're still discussing. Not very clear for anyone over there.
Well, at least they're going to be relaxed because we have the video. So we're going to have no arguings.
Yeah,
after.
Safety, finally. Safety 60.
Well, probably we missed something in camera or not. But anyway, we're going to give the right to the umpires if they were there, well located. They managed to get a safety 60 in this case. Let's see. Santi Harriot and Juan Guerrero placing the ball. Let's see who's going to be in charge. It looks like he's the young man from Coronel Suarez, 5-goaler, to put the ball in play in this safety 60. Penalty really important for the team Normandy. Santiago Harriot with the safety 60. Santiago Harriot, it's high, it's in the sky, and the goal is superb from the young man from Coronel Suarez. What a penalty, great execution from Santi Harriot, scoring a very important goal for Talandrakas.
Checking the clock, Santi, to see if they have time. They still have time. It's 1 minute and something remaining, so it can be done. It can be done.
Yeah, lots of time and still another checker left. 9-7 on the clock, on the board, sorry. And let's see who is the throw-in is again. The young man from Suarez, very active today. And they're going to blow now in favor of Talandrakas again, Team Normandy. Let's see the replay. Well, the player here, Santi Harriot. And yeah, they're blowing Santi Marambio that even though he met that ball, the head of his horse was infringing the right of way.
Very good news for France Normandy
and
again.
Also, yeah, fouling the man coming from behind.
That's what they needed. They needed to score and use these last minutes plus the other checker in order to
what
to
a
tie.
game we're watching, eh? 9-7 at the moment. One team takes the lead and the other one.
Very talented players in both teams.
Yeah,
Fast,
well, it shows,
nice.
as we said, the level of this tournament is extremely competitive. Santi Harriot, he just scored a beauty with the corner. Let's see if he can score now in the 40-yard. Santi Harriot with the penalty. Santiago Harriot, the penalty is high, it's in the sky, the goal is good for Normandy. 8 for them, 9 for Paris.
One less ball for the club. Back into the bushes over there. You can see from the back angle. And
yeah, great replay there. Well, important throw in here. We're about to finish the fourth checker. Let's see who wins the throw in. There goes the ball. Players fighting for the ball, and now is Santiago Marambio in possession of the ball. Santi Marambio showing all his strength here. Santi Marambio. plays Sebastian Paris, and there goes the ball, and Jules Legoban will get there first. He receives all the pressure of Chiru Begueri, and the ball is stolen really well, and now it's a buried ball. A bit unlucky for Chiru Begueri because he was all alone. If he would have hit that last shot, here's Jules Legoban turning that ball. He could not connect that tap, and his own mare ends up stepping on the ball. If not, he would have been all alone on a breakaway. Well, that would conclude the end of this fourth chakra. Players have now 3 minutes to quickly drink something fresh, change ponies, and we'll be back in a few moments.
Siempre lo digo cuando que vengo a España, ¿no? Es un lugar para hacer mucho más que un mes. Siempre lo digo cuando que vengo a España, ¿no? Es un lugar para hacer mucho más que un mes.
We are back in the fifth chakra that it's about to start. There goes the progression. 3-2 for Normandy, 4-4 in the second chakra, 7-5 for Paris, 9-8, a great chakra for Normandy, 3-2 in this fourth one. Suerte, suerte says both teams, and we're about to start this fifth and probably fifth chakra, last chakra. Santiago Marambio wins the throw-in really well for Team Paris. Santi Marambio passing from offside to near side. Now he leaves the ball for Gaston Begueri. Chiru Begueri looking the goal from distance. Chiru Begueri, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal from the man of Coronel Suarez, sorry, Venado Tuerto. And puts a beautiful goal. Very important for Team Paris to continue in this 2-goal lead. But the result is still open. The team of Talandrak has other plans, and they want to push and try to tie the game and turn it over. 10-8, the result at the moment in favor of Paris. The white shirts. Juan Guerrero fighting for the ball. Santiago Marambio now wins that ball really well. Juan Guerrero. We have another whistle. Let's see what they blow. Hard to tell from here. Well, there they were appealing the players of Talandrakas. Probably they were right. And yeah, in this case, they blow in the player of Talandrakas. He had a play, but he had to go on the near side. Yeah, clear foul. in favor of team in Paris. Again, a matter of distance. The umpires thought the player had to go on the near side, and another whistle. It's going to be probably a technical foul. Bad news for Normandy.
Too much talking over there, and 2 goals in less than a minute is not very good news for
It's not going to change anything
Normandy.
in that sense, but as we say, the game is super long. But a good way to start for Team Paris this 5th checker. 10-8 is the result at the moment. And Santi Marambio has a penalty in his favor, riding this mare called Villa. Used to be owned by Victor, a young French player. Is a thoroughbred, and last year was bought by Tete Fanelli. There goes the shot, and we have a whistle since he missed this shot because of the technical. He's gonna hit this penalty again, looks like. Or no, we're gonna go to
safety. Yeah, safety.
Yeah,
It's stopped by Santi.
60 to 40, and now because they stop it really well, it's a safety. Yeah, because of the technical, as we say, they push it from 60 to 40. And now it's a safety 60 in favor of Team Paris, and Santiago Marambio is placing the ball to try to put one more goal on the board that will give them a little bit of more tranquility in a way. A 3-goal lead. Santiago Marambio, the ball goes wide. Good news for Team Normandy. They have a knock-in in their favor to try to turn this game over. Play. Juegues is one of the umpires, and Juan Guerrero brings the ball in play. Another whistle.
What you reckon? Blocking, or they were inside the 30
inside
yards?
the 30s, yeah. Hard to tell from here. Let's check the replay.
Yeah, maybe the white player was inside the 30.
Or if it's going to be a 60, it's a blocking probably in favor
Yeah,
of team.
it's a blocking, yeah.
No player can go between the first defender and the player taking the knock-in. Even though there was enough distance, they cannot cross his path, avoiding him to go and mark that player. So a bit unlucky in this case for Team Talandracas. Oh well, that's the call from the umpires, blocking, and Santi Marambio has revenge again from the 60-yard line. Let's see if he can score this one. Very important penalty for the Team Paris. Marambio with the shot. Santiago Marambio, they were trying to stop the ball, but they could not stop it, and Santiago Marambio scores a very important goal for his team. 11-8 is a partial lead at the moment.
It was not pretty, it was not clear, but it counts the same.
Yeah. Good penalty for Santi Marambio. And let's see who wins this throw-in now. 11-8 is the lead so far from Team Paris. Jules Legovan. Santi Marambio in possession of the ball. Santi with a beautiful backshot finding Begueri. And we saw this combination before on the field. Chiru Begueri trying to find some space. The approach is a little bit long to the right. But it's a great rider from Begueri, and he pushes the defender away. And now Begueri controlling the action on the near side. Begueri again in possession of the ball. And we have a whistle. We'll see what the umpires will decide on this one. Yeah, here Begueri passing the ball on the near side. There probably Begueri turning in front of Jules Legovan. And here probably Begueri also blocking a little bit the player of Talandracas. Well, either one of those fouls, they blow it. So good news from Talandracas. They managed to stop this attempt from Paris. And they will try to no foul, says the umpires, and Plin Ferrari tapping the ball in the air will give them one more goal on the board for them. Good news for Team Paris. 12-8 is the lead at the moment. Well, some of the players complaining for that one. Probably the player was a little bit on the right of way. The umpire saw it a different way. Another whistle. And now, yes, they're going to have the free change. And they will quickly go and mount fresh ponies to dispute the last minutes of this fifth chukker.
By 4 on the lead for France Paris. It's looking good. It doesn't look very good to Normandy, but they will fight back. They are warriors. They will do it. They will try it at least.
No, for sure. They have time on the clock, but it's almost mission impossible. Yeah, a bit unlucky. They were claiming the last foul. Probably they were right. The white player was a bit on the right of way. Well, the umpire saw it a different way, so play on. Now they quickly go change ponies, and they're gonna restart this fifth and probably last chukker. 12-8 is the victory of Paris. Well, players back on the field. Yellow card for one of the players. Probably excessive talking. Let's see what the umpires will decide. Looks like it's a yellow card for Santi Harriot. No, it's Juan Guerrero, so 2 yellow cards. He's going to be 2 minutes outside of the field in the center. So, well, this is bad news for Team Normandy, but it's great news for Team Paris.
Sin bin for Juan Guerrero, which means that most of the remaining time will be out.
Yeah, and also, since he got 2 yellow cards, he's going to start the next game with a yellow card. Well, Santiago Marambio to bring the ball in play from the center of the field. The shot doesn't carry the length he would have wanted, but Chiruegeri gets there first. Now it's Santi Harriot. He will try to turn this ball. There goes the ball with Santi Harriot. And the ball is stolen by Chiruegeri. Chiruegeri in possession of the ball. Gaston Begueri, the time is clicking in favor of Team Normandy. Begueri now in possession. And yeah, we have a whistle. A foul in favor of Team Paris, looks like. Jules Legoban to take the near side. He had to ride off the player, as we see here on the replay. Yeah.
Yeah, no write-off, and
He went the stolen on the near side.
near side.
In this
Yeah.
case, a clear foul. We probably did not agree with the last one. In favor, probably should have been a foul in favor of Normandy, but in this case, it's a clear foul. Paris has the chance to extend the lead and try to seal the game. 4 players against 3. 4 goal distance, probably 5 if Marambio scores. It will be a very tough job for Normandy to come back. Marambio with the shot. The goal is good, and Paris gets a 5-goal lead, 13-8.
We can see from the back angle this penalty 2 for Marambio. Easy. And yeah, as you say, mission impossible for Normandy in this match. 5-goal difference is too much.
And there goes the ball. Let's see who wins the throw-in again. Now is Gaston Begueri for Team Paris. And we have another whistle. The anger of Santi Harriot. We can understand it as players
get frustrated and.
For sure, but well, it's of course not the best option to do. Well, another whistle, technical foul. So this is good news for Team Paris.
We didn't understand or hear anything on the first whistle. We understood the second was very clear.
Yeah, hitting the ball after the whistle is not recommended. Oh, well, I understand the anger. It was a very close game. And at the end, Paris was getting a partial lead and probably some small things that happened that as a player they don't go your way, and I understand totally the frustration. Well, Santiago Marambio to put one more goal in the board for Team Paris. Santiago Marambio with the penalty, and the save is good from Santi Carriot, and we're going to have a safety 60.
Taking up again. I don't know how many penalties they shoot. Probably we have
many
the statistics, but the lot. Yeah.
Santi Marambio on the grey. Santi Marambio now. The goal is really good from Santi Marambio to put one more goal on the board. 14-8 is the lead at the moment for Team Paris.
Now the match is pretty much done. They're coming slowly to the throw-in.
Yeah, almost 2 minutes and a half remaining, and now we see Juan Guerrero going back into the field. And Santi Harriot wins the throw-in really well for Talandrakas. Normandy, Santi Harriot is just a small stick and ball. Santi Harriot to put one more goal on the board. Santi Harriot, the goal is good for the 5-goaler from Coronel Suarez. 14-9. And slowly this match is coming to an end. Final tap on the near side when the ball was a bit left behind. And yeah, the match is almost done. And these players will have to change the chip and focus on the next games. This is not over. It's just the first match of the tournament. So a long way to run. Ball is in play. Who wins the throw-in again is for Team Talandrakas. Juan Guerrero finds Santi Harriot. Santi Harriot again on a breakaway. Santi Harriot, and there goes the final hooter. And the victory will stay on the side of Paris, wearing the white shirts. A very, very tough and competitive game that the result, in my opinion, does not show what we've seen on the field. It was a very tight game, but well, a clear victory for Team Paris, that at the end, the experience of Santi Marambio, Gaston Beguery, and well joined by Francois Ocala and the young Plin Ferrari, they managed to get this victory. 5 goals in the last chukar. 14-9 is the result. And we will soon see the best goals of the tournament when we can see the progression.
Joining the other two winners of the day, France Paca and Argentina. First 3 winners of the opening day here at Chantilly with this Nations Cup 3rd edition. Chukar by chukar with Normandy ahead in the first chukar, and then was tied in the second by Paris, and then they never lost the lead until the end. Big gap at the end with when it's seen by Juan Guerrero.
Yeah, anyway, a clear victory for Team Paris, that they started with the right foot in this tournament. And there we see the best goals of the day. In this case, the young man Plin Ferrari tapping that ball, and putting the ball through the goals. Then this was a great combination between Chiru Begueri and Santi Marambio, finding some space. And then we're going to see exactly the same goal by changing roles. This was a great chance there by Juan Guerrero, capturing that bounce, scoring one more goal for Talandraca's Team Normandy. The back shot was good. Now, this was also a very important goal in a key moment for Santi Marambio, turning that ball on the grey. This also was it's a beauty from Gaston Begueri at the beginning of the fifth chakra when the match was, the distance was only by 1 goal. He managed to put a 2-goal difference, and there goes the stats. Well, 8 fouls, field goal, for Paris, 4 for Normandy. Throw-ins also a key thing. Paris 114, 5 for Team Normandy. Well, 15 fouls, something to correct on that side. Some probably were, some not. 15-8, 5 penalties out of 11. Also something to try to do a bit better in the side of Paris. 1 corner was scored beautifully by Santi Marambio. Also another one for Santi Harriot. Well, 2 yellow cards on the side of Normandy. No yellow cards for the team in Paris. And so far, that's the end of this day. Long day, 3 matches, a lot of polo to be played, 2 more games tomorrow. And well, we'll close the transmission. Thank you very much for all the family, friends, and all the supporters that were on the other side. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Pancho.